immunity is a term that is commonly heard these days. Have you heard of herd immunity? When I say herd, I think of a herd of sheep. Whoops, wrong herd. That's herd mentality.
Let's imagine our herd of sheep getting attacked by a new virus. It slowly begins to spread and affect more and more sheep. Some of the sheep recover and now have immunity because they have developed natural antibodies. Some more develop immunity because they receive a vaccine against this virus. Ultimately, when a sufficient number of sheep have immunity, they create a natural barrier which stops the pathogen from reaching susceptible hosts.
To understand this, let's use the SIR model. Here, instead of worrying about locations, we arrange populations into groups. S for susceptibles, I for infected, and R for recovered. Those in S can move to I, and those in I can move to R.
How fast sheep recover is linked to the recovery rate of the I's. How fast susceptibles decrease by getting infected is linked to total interactions between S and I sheep and the infection rate.
How fast the number of sheep are infected is determined by the difference between these two. If this rate is less than 1, then the total number of infected sheep will decrease with time. Running through the math. We obtain this ratio. That's R0, the reproductive rate of a disease. This is the average number of sheep an initially infected sheep will infect.
If R0 is less than 1, then as we can see, the infection dies out. If R0 is more than 1, then as we can see, an epidemic happens.
We get the percentage of immunity required from this equation. So if R0 is 10, 90% of the population needs to get immune. Here's a look at what this means for some common infectious diseases, including COVID-19. Natural herd immunity requires a large percentage of the population to be infected. We can't just wait for this to happen for life-threatening infections. But with vaccinations, we can move S straight to R, building a wall of recovered to protect the susceptibles.
To reduce R0, we can reduce S at the start by vaccinating or isolating the initial local susceptibles and reduce the infection rate through quarantine, masks, washing hands, and reducing flow to crowded common places like schools. Which is why this video was shot in this corner of my room.